Out of nowhere, a slab of Chinese-made tempered glass drops from the sky, sealing the entire town off from the world. This wasn't some flimsy barrier. It towered so high even planes couldn't clear it, and it plunged so deep no light could find the bottom. Every road out? Gone. Even a nuclear strike couldn't scratch it. Worse, this wasn't an air wall. It was a 20,000-meter-high dome, and it was hungry. A cop's sidearm ripped straight off his belt, metal pins and badges flew from jackets, and even massive barrels hundreds of meters away were dragged toward it. The dome had turned into a colossal magnet. Our guy Jack, hands cuffed, got yanked toward the wall. The sheriff fumbled with the key, but then a pickup truck got sucked in too. In a split second, the sheriff shoved Jack clear and took the hit himself, reduced to pulp. Meanwhile, kids playing nearby began to notice something was very, very wrong. He sprinted home, only to find his family collapsed on the floor. Pots and pans hung in midair, knives slamming into the door like killing darts. Chaos swallowed the room. Every scrap of metal was dragged to the doorway, sealing the exit in a wall of steel. Then worse. Nails ripped free from the wood and pinned the boy's hand to the door. Two kids fought the pain, pried the nail out. And in that breath, Jack arrived, dragged them clear. The house disintegrated behind them, a magnetic storm grinding it to dust. They reached the town center still untouched, but if the dome's pulse grew stronger, it would all be rubble. The scientist, sharp, unblinking, found one shot, forge a second magnetic field to cancel the dome's heartbeat. Power surged into the signal tower. The moment it awoke, the dome flickered, spat a killing pulse. People dropped like corpses. Only Jack, closest to the tower, still stood. Even Jack had no move for what came next. The mayor saw his son lying motionless on the ground and thought the boy had already cashed in his ticket west. Dead inside, he climbed the gallows, slipped the noose around his neck and kicked the board out from under him. But Jack and his crew crashed in, slashing the rope just in time. Then, like someone flipped a switch, the dome's crushing magnetic pull faded. People staggered back to life. They launched a small plane to see if the nightmare was over. It wasn't. The craft scraped the dome's invisible wall, throwing sparks and almost sending the pilot to his grave. And just as relief died, a new hell arrived. Clouds spiraled overhead, and blood-red rain poured from the sky. One brave idiot stuck her hand out and screamed as the flesh burned like acid had kissed it. The scientist Black Sister ran tests. Mutated algae in the lake had poisoned the rain. She raced to the shore, blasting chemicals into the crimson water for hours. The rain finally stopped, but before they could breathe, a worse nightmare crawled in. At the farm, Blackie found mutant caterpillars, small bodies, monstrous appetites, able to swallow food 200 times their weight. Under the dome's magnetic field, their breeding rate was terrifying. At this pace, the town's food wouldn't last. They fought back with fire, then planes spraying pesticide, finally crushing the swarm. No time to celebrate, the fourth crisis slid in silently. Summer heat vanished, the town plunged below freezing, ice coating the dome's walls. A boy touched it, feeling it sink. He tried to pull back, too late. His hand was frozen solid. Friends yanked him free, skin tearing away. The dome screamed. Then the ground began to quake, the dome shrinking before their eyes. They raced back to town, warning everyone to run for the center. Blackie's voice cut through the panic. Stay. And when the air wall closes, you'll be crushed like bugs. Escape or die. Fleeing through the woods, they found a 10-meter-wide pit right by the dome's edge. No clue what lay inside, but no other choice. They dropped in, landing in a massive tunnel. Searching for a way out, they stumbled upon a sight that froze them. Walls covered in glowing butterflies. The butterflies scattered, revealing a bare stone wall. Tunnel's end. Hope plummeted like a stone in water. Then, one lone butterfly turned back, as if guided. It landed on a rock. Jack didn't hesitate, pressed his hand to it. Under stunned eyes, the stone flared with light, the wall cracking like a shattered mirror. 2 months trapped over. They were free. But above, countless pink stars rose, swarming into the dome's heart. A blinding blast ripped through, a shockwave tearing the dome apart. The nightmare ended, the town breathing again.